Good evening to the students of Standard 11. I am Dhanu Saria. Today we shall do some numericals on the topic average speed and average velocity. The concept of these two topics are already explained in my previous video. So you revise that and watch this video till the end so that you can do some numericals on the topic of average speed and average velocity. Revision of any concept is with numerical, and revision of a numerical is again revising the theory itself. So this way, combining the theory and the numericals, you can practice both these concepts of numerical and the theory together. Fine. Now here we have a question in which a car is traveling at the rate of. Now sometimes such words, rate of, you don't understand what is this. You still are understanding what you have to do, but you're in 11th standard, so some words may misguide you. Rate of 30 kilometers per hour. So when you don't understand what is rate, it is neither velocity, neither time, then you have to go to the unit. Go to the unit. The unit is telling kilometer per hour. Kilometer is a unit of distance and hour is a distance of time. Hour is a unit of time. So distance upon time will give me the speed. Simple. Okay. So this is a car travels at a rate of 30 kilometers per hour. So this is the speed of the car for how many minutes? 5 minutes. And 40 kilometers per hour. This is again the speed of the hour only. Again at another occasion for 10 minutes. Find the distance traveled and the average speed of the body. Now here there are two parts in the question. Distance traveled and the average speed of the car. So now what is given to us, that is our first work to be written down. Let us write it down. Let us write V1 is equal to 30 kilometers per hour and T1 is equal to 5 minutes. Now the moment you write what is given to you, understand whether you have to convert the units. Okay, now this is in hour, this is in minute. So either you convert this into meter per second, then you have to convert this also into second. It is better I convert minute into hour. To convert minute into hour, I can write 5 upon 60, that is equal to 1 upon 12. Hour I got a fraction, doesn't matter, leave it there. So kilometer per hour and hour units are same. Fine. Okay. Now V2. This is another occasion in which the same car is traveling 40 kilometers per hour in the time T2 is equal to 10 minutes. Again there is a conversion. So 10 upon 60, that is equal to 1 upon 6 hour. Okay. When it will be required, we will convert it into a division, and now let it remain as a fraction till we want to convert it. Fine. So now this is what is given to us. Now let us go to what is asked. Asked is distance traveled. So from here I will get a distance S1 and from here I will get a distance S2. Traveled at different occasions by the car. Okay, so what is S1? What is the formula of a speed? We can write it as V is equal to distance upon time. So distance is equal to V into time. Now here I have two occasions. So I can write S1 V1. S1 is equal to V1 T1 and S2 is equal to V2 T2. Correct? So now what is the second thing we have to do? Find out the formula of what we want. So now I want S1. So I will write S1 is equal to V1, that is 30 into T1, that is 1 upon 12. So we get 5 upon 2 kilometers, which conveniently we can write 2.5 kilometer. Okay, now what is S2? S2 is equal to 40 kilometers per hour. I can write with units, without units, while calculation, but remember, when the calculation is over, I must write the unit. That is very important. Multiply by 1 upon 6. Okay, that is equal to, I can write it as 20 upon 3 kilometers. Okay, which is equal to 6.6. I can even write 6 kilometers. Fine. Okay. So now I am ready with S1 and S2 as 2.5 kilometer and 6.6 kilometer. So my first weight is ready, where I have to find out distance is equal to S1 plus S2, which is equal to 2.5 plus 6.6, which is equal to 9.16 kilometer. So my first part of the question is done. Now we go to the second part of the question, where I am asked to find out the average speed of the car. So what is the formula for the average speed of the car? V average, I can write. It is equal to the total distance S upon the total time. What is the total time? T1 plus T2. So what do I write here? S 9.16 upon what is T1? 1 upon 12 plus what is T2? 1 upon 6. Okay. So doing all the LCM and the calculations, we average as 36.67 kilometers per hour. So this is the simple way to calculate average speed and the distance traveled by the body in two different occasions. Fine. Okay. So very calmly you note down what is given, write down the formulas as I have written here, use the formulas as they have asked, and find out the bits which we have to ask, total distance and the V average. Okay, so I'll just move and you just take a pic of what we have done just now and how we solve the numerical. Keep your mind cool and try to solve the numerical with what you know. Whenever you are studying, very important is count how much you know after studying. Please don't count what you don't know. That you will learn slowly. Fine. So take a pic. I'll just move. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Let us first read the question and understand the question. As you can see, it is asked in some examination. In the corner it is printed. Okay. A man started from his home at 8 a.m. to his office. So one man is there. He has started from his home from at 8 a.m. towards his office. He walks with a speed of 2 meters per second. So speed is given. On a road up to his office, 3 kilometers away. So the distance between the home and office is 3 kilometers. He is walking and the speed is 2 meters per second. He stays in his office. He is in his office. He will work. So he is in office up to 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. and returns, there is a gap, 8, then 2 meters per second, and the distance is given till 4 p.m. He is sitting there and returns to his home, back home from office by bus. He went by walk. Now he is going back home by bus. He is tired, so he is going by bus, which moves non-stop with a speed of 10 meters per second. Calculate the time taken by the man to reach the office. He went walking. Time taken by the man to reach his home. He came back by bus. And also they are asking you to plot the XT graph. I have chosen this question so that you understand how to plot the XT graph with the given data and with the given knowledge of the graphs which we have already discussed in the previous video. Fine. So read the question coolly, understand the story, fine, and write down the given data. That is our first work. Fine. Now after reading the question, let us divide the question into two parts. Man is first going from home to office. When did he start his journey? At 8 a.m. Okay. While teaching, I will teach slowly, but you can understand it fast. Your speed and accuracy should be with you. Fine. Okay. 8 a.m. he started his journey. So what was his speed? Speed is 2 meters per second. And the distance traveled by the person from home to the office is 3 kilometers. Now, I have to check whether there is any conversion factor. Yes, this is in kilometers and this is in meters, so it is easier for me to convert this distance into meters. Whatever is easier, that you can do. This I'll have to convert into kilometers per hour, so this was easier, I did it. So writing the formula of speed is equal to distance upon time, I get time is equal to distance upon speed. What is the distance? 3000 meters upon 2 meters per second. So my answer here is 1500 seconds. Meter get cancelled, seconds. Now the seconds, I have to match it with 8 a.m. So better I convert this into minutes. Cancelling the second, I'll write minutes here, which is equal to 25 minutes. So when did this man reach the office? 8 o'clock he started, took 25 minutes. At 8:25 this person, at 8:25 a.m. this person has reached the office. Then till 4 o'clock he was working in the office, and at 4 o'clock again he has started, fine, and returns to his home by bus. Speed of the bus is 10 meters per second, distance will be the same. So now we will do the second part of his journey from office to home. Okay. When did he start? At 4 p.m. as given to us. So we will write V2 is equal to 10 meters per second. Distance remains the same as 3 kilometers, that is 3000 meters. So now the time T2 taken, as you can see here, S2 upon V2. What is S2? 3000 upon 10 meters per second. So my answer here is 300 seconds, which can be converted as 300 upon 60 minutes, that is 5 minutes. Agreed? So in the return journey, this person has started at 4 p.m. reached at 4:05 p.m. That is in 5 minutes this person has reached home. Agree? So my first part, the time taken by man to reach his office is over. Time taken by the man to reach his home, that is also over. First bit, second bit, over. Correct? Now I am asked to plot an xt graph. That's why I collected that data. Fine. Now what is xt graph? X is the distance, t is the time. X is on the y-axis, that is the distance is on the y-axis, and t is the x-axis. Fine. So let us draw a graph taking this data which we have calculated into consideration. Fine. Okay. Now as you can see on the graph, I have one y-axis on which the distance x is noted, and x-axis on which the time t is noted, and O is the origin. Fine. Okay. Now from the question itself, they have given us that the maximum distance traveled by the person is 3 kilometers. Fine. So we note down that here. Now we got that he started at 8 o'clock. So origin is 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Fine. Okay. And let us also point 8:25 a.m. because that is the time he reached the office. Then again 4 o'clock is the time he started from the office, and again he reached the house by 4:05 p.m. It says p.m. and it's also p.m. Okay, I have just written it up so that I don't disturb the time axis. Okay, otherwise I have to write it down. Now, how do I draw the graph? As the time increases, the distance also was increasing towards the office. Okay, so I put a point here for 8:25. He was at 3 kilometers. Okay, then at 3 kilometers from his home, he remained in his office till 4 o'clock. So I put another point. So this, if you remember, stationary body which is parallel to the time axis. Fine. Here as the time is increasing, distance is also increasing. So what kind of a graph I will get? A straight line of positive velocity graph I will get. What velocity? Positive speed or velocity I will get. Okay. Now the body is stationary, the man is sitting in the office. So a straight line graph which is parallel to the time axis. This is also a straight line graph inclined to the time axis. Fine. Now at 4 p.m. again he starts towards the home. So as the time increases, the distance between his home and the office decreases. So this type of a graph which is a negative graph, negative slope. So negative velocity I will get. What here what will I get? It is the body is stationary. Why stationary? Because as the time is increasing, the body is not moving from that particular position, that is the office. So this kind of a graph I will get for the motion of this man as seen. Followed? Okay, so this kind of graphs can be asked to draw for your regular exam, or for an entrance, maybe the story is written and you are asked to recognize the drawn graph. So here I have used the knowledge of drawing the xt graph as a concept. As I said, with the numerical you can revise the concept, with the concept you can revise the numerical. That is the only way of solving any numerical. The moment you are saying that I cannot solve a numerical, it means you are not good at theory itself. Simple. Okay. So understand what I have done for the graph just now and practice this. Write it by yourself. Then you will be in a better position. I'll just move. You take a click. Okay. Now I will go to the next question, which is again a little different from the previous question. Fine. And we will first again write down what is given and find out what is asked. Okay. A boy runs on a straight road from his home to the market. Now this person is going from the home to the market 2 kilometers away with a speed of 4 kilometers per hour. Fine. Finding the market closed, he at once runs back to his home. He is coming back to his house from the market with a speed of 6 kilometers per hour. Calculate the average speed and magnitude of the average velocity. Now in this question, they have asked me the average speed also and average velocity also. This boy is also going from the home to the market and market to the home. Just like the previous numerical, the man was going from home to the office and office to the home. Okay, so let us first break the numerical into two parts. What is it? This boy going from home to market. Okay, what is the distance? 2 kilometers. What is the time taken? So what is the speed that is given to us, not a time. Time we will calculate. 4 kilometers per hour. That is the speed given. Okay. Market is closed. So calculate the average speed. Now here another data is given to us from market to home. So in that case, let us again talk about distance. S2, same, 2 kilometer. Speed, 6 kilometers per hour. This much data is given to us. Is there any conversion? No. Why kilometer, hour, hour? Followed, there is no conversion. So, now let us go to the question. This much is given to us. Question, calculate his average speed. Now what is the formula for average speed? That you write. First bit, average speed. What is average speed? Path length on time taken. Total time taken. Okay, so what is the path length? S1 plus S2. Gone to market, come back from market. What is the time taken? Let me put here T1, I don't know. Let me put here T2, I don't know. Okay, so first of all you have to understand what you are not given or you don't know. So total time is T1 plus T2. Fine. S1 I know, S2 I know, T1 I don't know, T2 I don't know. So from the given data, I will find out T1 and T2. Okay. So let me find out T1. T1 is equal to the distance S1 upon V1, which is equal to 2 kilometers upon 4 kilometers per hour, which is equal to half hour. Fine. No need of any conversion. Similarly, T2 is equal to S2 upon V2. We have S2 and V2 there. 2 kilometer. And what is my V2? 6 kilometer per hour. So that is equal to 1 upon 3 hour. So what is T1 plus T2? That also let us calculate so that we get the total time here, because S1 is 2, S2 is 2, so we will get the total distance. So T is equal to half plus 1 upon 3, which is equal to 5 upon 6 hour. Okay, taking the LCM, we get 5 upon 6 of an hour. So we are ready with Okay, total distance and total time. So what is my answer? For V, average speed, total distance 2 plus 2, total time 5 upon 6, that is equal to 4. Whenever such questions are there, immediately keep the bracket so that reciprocal is easier for us. Into 6 upon 5, which is 24 divided by 5, which is equal to 4.8 kilometers per hour. So my average speed first bit is ready. Clear? Okay, fine. Now what is asked to me in the second bit? Let me do the second bit here. Okay, now what is the formula of average velocity? What is its formula? Displacement on total time, which is equal to delta x upon delta t. Now what is delta x? Final position minus initial position upon here t1 plus t2. Agree? Now what is the final position of the person and what is the initial position of the person? Xf is equal to xi. Yes or no? Why? Because the person, the boy went from home to the market and market to the home. So his initial position of the boy was home. Final position of the boy is also home. Though he went around from home to market, market to home. So this was xi, this is xf. Both are equal. Correct? So if I substitute xi is equal to xf in the formula of V average is equal to delta x, or I write it as xf minus xi upon t, but xf is equal to xi. So what will I get here? 0 upon time. So answer is 0. So V average, that is average velocity, V bar. How to read it as V bar? V bar is equal to 0. That is average velocity of the boy is 0. Why? Because its initial and final position was same. Am I clear? Here I calculated the total path length upon total time. Path length will be there. Boy has gone from home to market, market to home. If you remember when I taught this concept, this type of numerical we did with a number line. The same concept here, I used it in the numerical. Fine. So understand both the concept. This is path length where I have to calculate the whole route of the person. This is displacement where I have to calculate only final position minus initial position and divide by time. Here also I have to divide by time. So understand this concept, connect it to the theory and learn the concept very properly. Fine? Okay, I'll just move. You can take a pick. Now let us move to the next numerical. Fine. So reading the numerical, we have a car covers the first half of the distance between two places. So let us write down the places or show it as two dots. At a speed of 40 kilometers per hour and the second half. So this is our first half. This is our second half. The distances are same here. Okay. S and S same distances both are having, and the second half at 60 kilometers per hour. Now in this much distance the speed was 40 kilometers per hour. And in this much distance, next half, the speed was 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, now here, if you remember, when I taught you the theory in the previous video, when distances are same and velocities are different, we directly write down the average velocity formula. Okay, so let us write V1 is equal to 40 kilometers per hour. V2 is equal to 60 kilometers per hour for the second half. S1 S1 is equal to S2 is equal to S. First half, second half is same. So, V average which is asked, average speed is equal to 2 V1 V2 upon V1 plus V2 provided the distance for both the occasions are same. Speeds are different V1 and V2. So directly you can use this formula for finding out the average speed because V1 and V2 is given to you and both the distances are same. Fine. So I substitute here. What is V1? 40. What is V2? 60. What is V1? Again 40 plus 60, which is equal to upon 100. 40 plus 60. So answer is 48 kilometers per hour. Just a revision, if there was one third situation, this distance is also S and this is some 80 kilometers per hour. Then what formula I would write as V average? This is just for memory. I am not going to solve it, but for memory, this is our V3, memory of the theory which we have learned. 3, V1, V2, V3. Simple, it will be easier. No need of following the whole procedure. Okay, V1, V2 plus V2 into V3 plus V1 into V3. Just substitute the values, you will get the answer. Fine. So this is the final answer of the given question. 48 kilometers per hour. Fine. Is the average speed of the car in moving this distance. Okay. So I just move, you take a pick and understand what formula I have used for which concept. This formula I can use only if the distance to travel is the same with different velocities. Fine? Okay? So I should just move, you take a pick. And in this way, for different situations, keep practicing the numericals so that your theory is also revised. Take a pick. Fine?